Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm working on my Trane XV90 furnace. Now, I made a short on this and I think people got the wrong idea, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I was getting the 4 error light. I don't have it at the moment, it's turned off, but this little light window down here shows you the error light. When it blinks 1 long red, that's normal operation. This was doing 4 blinks, which meant I had a problem. After some research, I found out it had a problem with a rollout switch or the secondary switch. I guess it's related to the rollout switch. Let me show you what I got. Now this is a little dark, so it may be hard for you to see. There's a couple of switches up here. Or I guess I should say sensors. This one has a little red button on it, and I don't think you're going to be able to see that. It's where those 2 yellow wires attach. Let me see if I can get my right there. There's a little red switch. Now you can reset that switch and see if your furnace starts working. Mine did not. And then next, in the very back there, it's going to be hard for you to see. There's a couple of bolts holding that on. Let me see if I can get my light. Hey guys, just back real quick. Sorry, I lost some footage in there somewhere as I'm editing this video, so I wanted to explain how I troubleshoot this furnace problem a little bit better. This is the old part right here. Let me get in closer so you can see it. There were 2 yellow wires that went on there. You'll see that later in the video. How I troubleshoot that is I pulled those yellow wires off, and I just made this little jumper wire and plugged those yellow wires, each one into an end of this, so it just looped those wires through. You know, completed that circuit, so to speak, and then I started my furnace and it ran fine. So that's how I knew this part was bad. To get a look at the other part, I went ahead and bought another one just in case. That ended up being the problem. You see that little red button in there? It's going to be hard to see, but it is in there. That's the piece that you push to test and reset that. That is both those switches you'll see later in the video when I have my light in there and it's lit up good, or towards the top of the furnace. You'll see those. Ended up not being this one, only ended up being this one, so that's how we moved through. Anyway, you'll see the replacement. Okay guys, there we go. Let me get out of the shadow here, but there's the old one. It does have this little gasket that goes on there. I'll put that back on, and there's the new one. I can't really tell anything's wrong. You can tell it's been under some heat. It slid out of there pretty easy. There was a 5/16 inch bolts. They're right here. Those are pretty easy. Just make sure you don't drop them. So I'll put this gasket back on, swap that one in. Let me get the part number in case anybody's interested. It looks like they call it a limit switch. Trane OEM, there you go. There's the information on it. We also have this part number here, maybe. It's one of those 2. I'll put a link to it. I think we can find this on Amazon. I'll put a link to it down in the description. So let me get this back in. Again, it came out pretty easy. You had to do a little maneuvering. This was facing down like this. It was facing down like that when it went in. So that part was, you know, the lettering was just like this. So I'm going to go ahead and get the new one out, and we'll take a look at that, and then we'll put it back in. And there's the numbers on that for any of you interested. It's kind of worn on that one, on the old one, but this must be the sensor piece here, or the switch, or what they refer to that as? A limit. Some kind of limit switch. Okay, so it must sense high temperature or something. I don't know. Somebody out there will tell me. But that's where your wires connect right there. We're going to put this gasket, slide that on here, and then we're going to put it back in and bolt it up and wire it up and see if it comes on. Okay guys, I got that one started by hand. You can kind of see the gasket in there. So I'm going to have to line this back up. I'm going to try it with my magnet tool because I keep dropping this one. So I put it on the end of my magnet tool, and I'm going to try to start it that way. I don't really have a place to set the camera where you can see, so let me try this out and I'll let you know how it works out. I guess I should be clear, guys. This is just a magnet pickup tool, and yes, it does spin that around and get that bolt started. So Hey, there's something that actually worked, my magnet pickup tool. So I'm going to tighten those up and get those wires back on. Okay guys, that was fairly painless. Got it tightened back up, everything's in, got the wires back on it. So now, I don't know if it's warm or cold enough to call for heat, but I'm going to flip this back on. I'm going to see if we air out. Yeah, not good enough to call for heat yet. There's our light. Looks like my 4 light just came back. That is not good. That did not fix our problem. Oh, maybe. Okay, it did fix it. Yeah, now I'm in normal operation. So that was just part of the boot up. So that must have been, I don't know, maybe a memory or something. I have no idea, but now we're back to normal operation. I'm gonna go put this back together, do a call for heat, and make sure it runs. Oh, it's 70 in here, guys, so let's do a temporary call for heat. Let's set for 69. Let's set it for 71. Do a hold. My heat just came on. Let's go see what it's doing. All right, it is starting up. I'm going to see if I can get in front of that light. We should have one red, bunch of greens right now. One red, that's good. Hope you guys can see that. It's pretty dark. Don't have much space. Greens. Oh, I just hear ignition. I think we're good, guys. Let's just give it a minute. Make sure it starts back up. I think I would have failed by now. Last time it was failing, it wouldn't even get to ignition, wouldn't even start up. There's our one red for normal. You know, a lot of times, guys, these are just coming down to, at least the problems I've had with this one, it's usually some kind of clog or something that causes the pressure vacuum, whatever, to be off. So those are easy fixes. Well, not always easy, but something somebody could do themselves. You know, ice or whatever got in the intake or the exhaust. There we go, we're running. We are running on full heat. We're just going to watch this for a minute. And other times, I guess it's sensors or switches. Over limit switch, this one is, I think they called it. No, limit switch. Cement limit switch. That's what this was called. And that does go into the burner area, it looks like. So must check temperature or whatnot. I'm gonna have to look that up and see exactly what that does, but that ended up being the problem, and that was a good test. And that's where on the short people didn't get the test, was to basically disconnect the 2 wires from that sensor, put a jumper wire across it, see if your furnace starts up, and that goes away, that 4 light goes away, and that's exactly what happened. So you know, up to you. If you decide you want to try to run your furnace, that's probably dangerous with that jumper on, but you know, bypassing that switch, no doubt. But you definitely can test it that way. I'm sure that's how a furnace repair guy probably tests it, or ohms it out, or whatever, something like that. But it looks like we're running, guys. I'm going to keep an eye on this for a few days. Probably this video won't come out for a couple weeks, so if it comes out, then this fixed the problem. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Hope this helps someone out there. There's always someone that's going to get bent out of shape about it. You know what? Don't even bother leaving a comment. But the rest of you, hey, have a great day. We'll see you soon. One last thing, guys. That gasket material is some kind of fiberglass, and it is super itchy, so you might want to wear gloves when you do this. Hope that helps.